How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to dive right back into The Witcher 4 and everything we know about it so far. The article we read last video was about 2 weeks, 3 weeks old. We did find a new one from 9 days ago, so we're going to dive into that, and the title of it is The Witcher 4 Release Date, Story, Gameplay, and More. And it's by Rami Tabari, and it's found on laptopmag.com if you guys do want to go check it out. But yeah, so we've been playing The Witcher 3 again. It's probably my third playthrough, and just love it. Want the story to continue. There's a lot more Witcher stuff going on now compared to when the game first came out. You got the TV show now. You have a whole trilogy of books. So a lot of the content is starting to spread out, which means it's going to give them more material for stories in their games. And we do know that CD Projekt Red is working on a AAA title that they're going to be announcing hopefully sometime in 2022. So it definitely very well could be The Witcher 4 or some form of Witcher game within that universe. So we're going to take a deep dive into this article today. As always, if you guys do enjoy the videos, make sure to just smash the thumbs up button to kind of help promote them, since we are a growing channel here. If you guys are new subscribers, just let us know down in the comments so we can welcome you to the channel properly. If you haven't subscribed yet, I think about 93% of the viewers are not subscribed here. So if that's something, if you're not subscribed and it's something you enjoy here on this channel, all the content we put out, then feel free to join the community, and then turn on the notification bell so you guys never miss uploads. And I've said it the past 5 videos, but just be on the lookout for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. We're about a quarter of the way there, but slowly but surely we're making our progress. We're going to be doing some form of peripheral giveaway, whether it's the PS5 DualSense controller, or if you're on Xbox, some sort of Xbox controller, or if you're on PC, like I said, we'll figure something out for you. But if you guys are interested in that, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel. Now, without further ado, let's get into this article. Starting off, it says The Witcher 4 is not confirmed, but we know CD Projekt Red is working on another title in the Witcher universe. Unfortunately, there isn't a lot of information out there about The Witcher 4 just yet. The Witcher 4, or whatever the next Witcher game will be called, could be about any number of things. There's plenty of lore that encapsulates the universe and the wonderfully dynamic characters. But while specifics about the game evade us, we have just a few ideas about what's to come next. So here's everything we know about The Witcher 4, as well as some things we'd love to see in the next entry to the beloved franchise. The Witcher 4 release date. We don't know when The Witcher 4 will launch, but we can confirm that another game in the Witcher franchise is in the works thanks to CD Projekt Red Business Strategy Report. CD Projekt Red is kicking off a AAA parallel game development strategy starting in 2022. We imagine the team is still working on getting Cyberpunk 2077 patched and upgraded to the next-gen consoles. However, if we had to guess, the next Witcher game is likely going to launch for PC, PS5, and the Xbox Series. Considering development starts next year, we likely won't see The Witcher until about 2026. Why? Because previous Witcher titles have needed a 4-year development cycle. The Witcher 4 story. What the story will be about depends on whether the next game is actually a Witcher 4, a direct sequel to the 2015 masterpiece. The possible sequel to The Witcher 3 could focus on several things depending on which ending is canonical. It could also take place before the games, which would cover the events of the books, or it could also be a full-blown remake of The Witcher 1, which many feel is needed. Okay, so let's start with the possibility of a direct sequel. In The Witcher 4, it could either follow a retired Geralt of Rivia in Corvir or beyond, or it could focus on Ciri becoming a Witcher. However, both rely on making choices in The Witcher 3 wholly canonical, like romanticizing Triss or leading Ciri down the path of The Witcher as someone who is on board with those specific choices. I don't mind either of them. Despite that, CD Projekt Red CEO Adam Kaczynski said in an interview with Bankier that the first 3 Witchers were by definition a trilogy, so we could simply not see the next game, The Witcher 4. This does not mean, of course, that we will leave the world of The Witcher. While it might not be called The Witcher 4, the next entry could be a sequel to The Witcher 3, how like God of War 2018 is a sequel to the previous trilogy. Then there's a possibility of a Witcher prequel. Since the games take place after the books, fans who haven't digested the source material might be confused about the references and details throughout the game. Having a game that covers the entirety of the book series would be wonderfully compelling. While it is my least favorite idea, a full remake of The Witcher is a possibility. The Witcher game is outdated and could use major graphics, gameplay, and voice acting overhaul. It's not usually a fan of retreating work, but the original Witcher game deserves to be experienced by fans of The Witcher 3. I love The Witcher, but each game manages to deliver mediocre combat. I complained about this in my Witcher 3 retrospect piece that the game's 5th year anniversary. I'm hoping that CD Projekt Red will finally remaster The Witcher's combat system. I'm imagining something as fluid as Dark Souls game, but with the little twist to give it the Witcher flair. I'm also hoping that skill trees, oils, and potions feel more necessary and present this time around. I always felt like they were an afterthought, not necessarily integral to the core of the gameplay, but on the hardest difficulty, I could defeat most enemies without having to use important items. And the enemies you fight never seem to play well with the combat mechanics. So that article had a bunch of good ideas in there. I think my least favorite, like they said, was the Witcher 1 remake. I don't want a remake. I'd like to see a whole new game, or maybe just a whole new storyline. Something like I said, I think my favorite thing that I would like is a Vesemir prequel game. I think it'd be really fun to go back and play as a young Vesemir. Or if they want to jump and just make a sequel to Geralt, you could just do a whole series on being Ciri as a Witcher, which that would be just as fun. Parts I'm a little confused on was the release time could be possibly 2026. I really think with what CD Projekt Red has going on right now, they need to go for a closer window. The Witcher game, there's no way, in my opinion, they haven't been working on something since 2015, unless everything was just going into Cyberpunk, and then it still flopped. I think something had to have been being worked on in the background, possibly this Witcher thing, if they're going to announce something in 2022, and then having to wait another 4 years for the game. I feel like people will lose a lot of interest unless they keep developing DLC for The Witcher 3, kind of like what they're doing with the TV series, and doing the PS5 upgrade and all that, which we will try to continue covering once more news comes out for that, possibly a release date for it. But I really only see The Witcher being carried out in keeping people's attention is if they keep updating The Witcher 3 with more content. Otherwise, if people are waiting till 2026, you're really going to have to try to regain that fan base, especially with the reputation CD Projekt Red has right now. I am definitely excited for the game, but it's just one of those things where I'm not like I can be as patient as I can, but also waiting till 2026 to play a game. Probably gonna lose interest, probably gonna get on something else, and it may have to just come back to it. But it is the holiday season. I'm really, the holiday season's coming up. I'm really hoping that the PS5 upgrade for The Witcher 3, really gives us a good amount of content. It's going to be fun playing it on a new graphic overhaul. I want to predict that that's coming out December 17th when the show comes out with Season 2, but we'll just have to kind of wait and see. We'll continue monitoring all this, and I'll keep reporting on as much as I can for you guys. But let me know your thoughts down below. What are you looking for out of a Witcher, The Witcher 4, whatever they're doing with the Witcher series? Would you like a sequel? Do you want a Witcher 4, like a direct sequel to the game? Do you want, the prequel stuff like I talked about that I'm looking for? Do you want a remastered trilogy, something like that? Let me know what you guys think down below. As always, if you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to smash the thumbs up button. It really helps get my videos out there and just promoted to you guys. If you guys do enjoy my content and enjoy these kind of like one-on-one discussions after reading an article, consider subscribing and then turn on the notification bell with it so you guys never miss uploads. Keep your eyes out for the giveaway. Let us know if you're a new subscriber down below in the comments, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.